Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And in today's episode, the topic is Kawhi Leonard channels his inner Michael Jordan and completely shocks the world. So that's the topic I'm going to get into in today's video. But before we get into that, I want you guys to please make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Also, make sure you go ahead and check out Dreamerspro Max, an online sports community that we created, a place you can go and start basketball discussions, chat live during games, and so many other cool things. So if you guys are interested in that, be sure to check that out. We have that linked in the description below and get 7 days of access. And also make sure you go ahead and click the join button to join the channel to receive loyalty badges from us. Anyway, let me get into this topic right here. Boy, oh boy, yesterday was a day full of emotions. Now, all of you guys know that have been following this channel for quite some time. Y'all know I've been always saying Kawhi Leonard is my favorite player. My current like of all the current players right now actively playing, he's my favorite player, right? Y'all know Kobe Bryant, my favorite player of all time. I always thought that, listen, Kawhi Leonard is one of the best players in the world. I always felt that way. I think he proved that he's one of the greatest performers in the history of the NBA, especially in that 2019 playoffs run that he had with the Toronto Raptors, when he took the Raptors, who had never been, right? That team had never been to the finals. He took the Toronto Raptors that year, took them to the finals, and helped them win their first championship ever for that organization. And when he did that, for me, I was like, man, listen, this is one of the greatest players we got going. That year in the playoffs, Kawhi Leonard was just he had a tour de force, man. That year, think about this. In the playoffs, he averaged 30.5 points per game, shot 49% from the field. This was in 24 games, right? He shot 38% from three, 88% from the free throw line, got you 9.1 rebounds, 4 assists per game, and 1.7 steals, and helped the Toronto Raptors capture their first ever NBA title. And listen, he led those playoffs in points, rebounds, and steals. And he scored the third most points in an NBA playoff campaign behind Michael Jordan and LeBron James. So Kawhi Leonard that year, he was, listen, he was amazing. And ever since then, whenever his name comes up, I always consider him to be, if not the best player in the world, at least one of the top 3 players. Some people will have Kevin Durant, some people will have LeBron James, and some people like myself have Kawhi Leonard. He was always top 3. In the world. But going into these playoffs, I said that there was no other player that I trusted more or that I would rather have going into a playoffs than Kawhi Leonard. That's what I said. That's how I felt, and I truly meant that. But going into last night's elimination game, I won't lie to you guys. We did a live just yesterday about it. I was very concerned. I was worried. I'm not gonna lie to you, because these Dallas Mavericks, they just won't go away because they have such a potent offense. Their offense is so potent that even if you get up 3, 5, 7 points on them, if you go down and miss some shots, they can go hit a 2 and a 3 and boom, they're right back in the game. And it happened so many times last night where the Clippers will get ahead and they just couldn't get a lead and hold on to a lead and really create some distance between them and the Dallas Mavericks because their offense was so good. Or the Clippers will go out there and make some boneheaded, knuckleheaded plays, and I was just like, man, it was just an emotional roller coaster. And given that the fact that Clippers have not won a championship as an organization, I know they didn't have any. They didn't have a proven track record of really delivering in big time moments. For goodness sake, they never even been to a conference final. So, my nerves were like really, I was really worried. I won't lie to you. I was really, really worried. And I wasn't sure if they were going to win that game. Even after the first half, I wasn't sure if they were going to win the game. Although they were able to kind of keep the game, they kind of made it a low-scoring game. I like the strategy that they used, going small. But I was still worried. But when it came time to really, really, really take control of that game, that's when Kawhi Leonard went into Jordan mode. Like what I witnessed from him last night, it was unbelievable. It truly was unbelievable. Given the stakes, given the circumstances, it's an elimination game. You're in Dallas. So many people thought the Clippers were going to fail. I had my doubts. I'm sure a lot of people wanted them to fail. In that moment, all the pressure of the world is coming down on you. You just blew Game 5 at home. You're back on the road for a Game 6 elimination game which it should be an elimination game for the Dallas Mavericks if you took care of your business at home. And you know, with all of those odds stacked against you, you know, Kawhi Leonard just went into it was unbelievable. I mean, for somebody that says this is my favorite player, you know, I shouldn't be surprised, but I really was. Not only was he stopping Luka Doncic shot his worst percentage against Kawhi Leonard. He took the responsibility of guarding Luka the same way he kind of took the responsibility 2 years ago to really, you know, try to guard Giannis Antetokounmpo and be the primary defender on him, because the Clippers are showing so hard on those pick and rolls. It would allow Kawhi Leonard to get back on Luka. I mean, it was unbelievable. In that third and fourth quarter, Kawhi Leonard went into another realm. Like, it was Jordan-esque. It really was. So Kawhi Leonard, let me give you guys Kawhi Leonard's stats in that third quarter. This is when the game was teetering, when they really needed him to really step up, because Paul George wasn't playing very, very well on the offensive end. Reggie Jackson had been the only guy that really got going. Let me give you guys Kawhi Leonard's stats in that third quarter. Kawhi Leonard went 6 of 9 in the third. He shot 66% from the field in the third quarter, hit 2 out of 4 threes, and scored 17 points in the third quarter. But then, when the game was on the line in the fourth quarter, think about this. Kawhi Leonard went a perfect 5 of 5 from the field. He hit 2 big three-pointers in the face of Luka Doncic at the end of that game. And he scored 12 points and got 2 rebounds in that game. Listen, and ended up finishing the game with the cartoonish stat line. If I look at the stats that he finished the game with, Kawhi Leonard, let me look at the full game stats. Kawhi ended up finishing that game with 45 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. He shot 100% from the free throw line, shot 56% from the three, 72% from the field. And let me put this in an even deeper context for you. Kawhi Leonard, to get 45 shots, he took to get 45 points, he took 25 shots, made 18 out of 25, and he equaled the total amount of field goals for the rest of his team. He made 18 field goals, and the rest of the Clippers as a team made 18 field goals. That is unheard of. That is one of the greatest performances I have ever seen in an elimination game by anyone. It was one of the greatest performances I had ever seen. And I was just looking at this dude. I'm like, man, Michael Jordan would be proud right now. If Kobe Bryant was here and was seeing this, he would really be proud, because only Jordan or maybe Kevin Durant, one of these type of players, could do what Kawhi Leonard did. It was a breathtaking performance. To play the defense that he played, he really showed you why he is the best. He is the best two-way player in basketball. No one could guard Luka Doncic the way Kawhi Leonard did, and at the same time go and get you an efficient 45 points. Remember, Luka scored 42 in the last game, but he took 37 shots to get 42. Kawhi took 25 to get 45. To me, that was one of the, I think Kawhi said to himself in the fourth quarter, take the kids and put them to bed. This is time for the grown folks to come out here and handle grown folks' business. It was unbelievable. It was Jordan-esque. And let me tell you something. At the end of that game, I couldn't help but thinking to myself, LeBron James, take notes. LeBron James, take notes. This is how you go out on an elimination game. When your back is against the wall, you go down swinging. No one should have to ask the question of whether or not you were aggressive enough. No one should be able to come on TV and start giving you a C- or C+ or a D or whatever it is. Everybody should have said he went down swinging. Kobe Bryant's last playoff game, he scored 42 in a loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder in Game 6. That's how you go out swinging. You go out with nothing. You leave everything on the floor. And to me, it was a tour de force. And I'm just so happy that I was able to witness it, because let me tell you something, man. As a Kawhi Leonard fan, it was amazing. Now, the series isn't over, but that was one of the greatest performances, given the circumstances, given the moment, I have ever seen in a basketball game. What a game. What a game, and I'm just happy that I saw it. So what I want to know from you guys is, What do you think about Kawhi Leonard's performance? Did you expect it? Did you expect it? What are your thoughts about him after you saw it? And what are your thoughts about the Clippers moving forward in Game 7? How do you think they'll do? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoy the video, be sure to make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro, wishing you guys an amazing day and catch you guys on the next episode.